from now, sir, the government is working on many, many big initiatives, and there are some projects that you can talk about, not talk about, but how to see India 10 years out? I'm sure you think about this from not just a lens of Maharashtra, but the whole country is changing. And I have been in fintech for 13, 14 years. I really wanted to spend time at all the stalls because I feel irrelevance every 3 years, sir. So how do you see 10 years from now? If you have to paint a vision for us, how to see India in 10 years?
So I would tell you two things. One is this Prime Minister's Gati Shakti scheme. It is amazing thing. You know, that will change the way we used to deal the government business. Because, you know, every time we used to complain कि भाई कल रास्ता बनाया, आज MSCB वालों ने आके तोड़ दिया, कल फिर वापस हमने एस्फाल्ट किया, तो टेलीकॉम वाले आकर तोड़ कर गए. This Gati Shakti, it absolutely, you know, creates a synergy between all the government departments, and it looks at the future. So once you create it, it's futuristic and it takes care of every department. So such synergies have never been there in our governance. Secondly, you know, a few days back, while I was Chief Minister, I was called to Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy to give a lecture before, you know, young budding IAS officers. So I told them that, you know, your role is going to change. And that's what I feel, that, you know, most of our IAS officers, they aspire to become collectors. And collectors are basically, they are revenue collectors. The entire revenue system is there. Now, we have already started, and probably in next 2-3 years, the entire revenue department will be a blockchain.
Amazing.
And once it becomes a blockchain, there is no role for a collector. There is no role for a revenue officer. Because, you know, what you really do as a collector, or down the line, all the revenue officers, you look at the land records, you change the land records, you change the title, you give the title. And when there is a problem, for rest of your time, you do the hearing that Kunal's title is given to Devendra Fadnavis comes to you, then there is an appeal, then for 2 years you hear that. Nothing will happen, because entirely it will be a blockchain. So I think in future, this entire role of governance is going to change. Now in Maharashtra, we have already, while I was at Davos, we we entered into a MOU with World Economic Forum, and with World Economic Forum, we started one initiative which was actually inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, where we are now trying to use drones into agriculture. See, today sustainability is the biggest problem in agriculture. But this drone technology is so amazing that from sowing to flowering to the entire harvesting, it can capture every activity with precision. And you know, it can absolutely with precision tell you if there will be any pest on your crop, and if there is a possibility of you know, pest attack on the crop, then with precision, it can spray the pesticide.
Amazing.
So this will absolutely, today, you know, for such events, every year our government is paying 2,000, 3,000 crores as a compensation to the farmers.
Oh, wow.
But with this technology, things will absolutely change. So we have right now tried it in 6 districts. It has been largely successful. We still have some challenges, but you know, these things will be totally changing, and our Prime Minister's thirst is on drones now, because that is, you know, actually future. So even delivering medicines into remote areas, there are still areas which are cut off, which are far off. So in the COVID times, we tried and deliver the COVID vaccines through drones. So all these things are going to change, the way we look at our country. And it's not far. I mean, such things used to change in 20 years, 30 years. No, in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Every coming year will change the way we, as a government, we used to do business, and that will change the face of country.